India attended more than 25 international summits last year. So guess what? At Samachar Manthan classes, we covered 3 particular summits with great importance. This included AI Action Summit, BIMSTEC at Crossroads, which was about BIMSTEC revival, and then Iran's BRICS membership. मैं अगर आपको 200 टॉपिक्स दे रहा हूँ और उसमें से 15-20 आ जाएं, that is not a proper demarcator of a hit ratio. But if I am giving you 30 to 40 topics और उसमें से 12-15 आ जाएं, then that actually helps the student a lot. This traps during prelims exam is very, very important, because these traps are some of the most common traps which students year after year face on the examination day. India attended more than 25 international summits last year. That becomes a lot of material to collect, make notes, and then remember. Now guess what? At Samachar Manthan classes, we covered 3 particular summits with great importance. This included AI Action Summit, BIMSTEC at Crossroads, which was about BIMSTEC revival, and then Iran's BRICS membership. And guess what? UPSC 2025 prelims paper asked exactly these 3 schemes. What is the reason behind it? Why year after year the number of questions that are being hit in UPSC prelims matches so much with Samachar Manthan classes? Hello everybody, welcome to this special session where I'll be taking you through the various questions which UPSC has asked in this year prelims. What are the major traps where students fell into, and why this repeats again and again, and after giving prelims, what should be your way forward? So in this particular video, we will be focusing our attention particularly on 3 things. We'll be taking up few questions and see if we could have answered those from the limited number of topics which we did. Mind you, I always say कि मैं अगर आपको 200 टॉपिक्स दे रहा हूँ और उसमें से 15-20 आ जाएं, that is not a proper demarcator of a hit ratio. But if I am giving you 30 to 40 topics और उसमें से 12-15 आ जाएं, then that actually helps the student a lot. So in this questions part, we are basically going to see that aspect. Next, we will move into the traps. Now remember, this traps during prelims exam is very, very important, because these traps are some of the most common traps which students year after year face on the examination day. And we are obviously going to see how can we avoid those traps. And finally, we are going to see some of the references of how we at Samachar Manthan dealt with more than 50 questions that appeared in this year's prelims. Now, before moving into the individual topics, let us first understand what is UPSC syllabus. If you look at UPSC prelims syllabus, it does not mention current affairs after each and every static subjects. Rather, what it does is, it mentions current affairs at the end and asks you to know about the major national and international events. Now, this is a very clear indicator. Clear indicator of what? As in, the way we are studying current affairs for prelims has to be significantly different from mains. Mains में हम क्या पढ़ते हैं? Polity, international relations, economics, science and tech as individual subjects. But in prelims, if you see the past 5 years papers, there's a clear and neat demarcation of the topics which UPSC has been asking. What are those topics? First is international organizations and summits. This year तो मैंने दिखा दिया, BRICS, BIMSTEC, Action AI Summit. Previously, it has asked about G20, World Bank, World Economic Forums. So these are very specific points which you must study. Then the second you have is core concepts based application. Now this is a very interesting approach of how UPSC is asking questions. in the past few years. I would recommend you to especially focus your attention on the second part, because you'll get to know a lot about the UPSC question paper framing. Third kind of question which has been coming from current affairs is theme based. अभी theme based question क्या है? आप ऐसे बोल सकते हो कि हर चीज़ को हम लेके थीम से लिंक कर देते हैं, but I'll show you through two particular examples how theme based questions have come this year. The fourth one is the term based question. आपने इस बार देखा होगा काफ़ी सारे टर्म्स आए हैं, starting from a chip's name to some of the viruses to a particular species जो पहले नहीं आता था या कहीं current affairs में नहीं था, that has come. Now when you're approaching term based question, what should be a strategy? And more than while approaching the question in the examination hall, what should be a strategy across the year ताकि जब examination में वो question आए आपको ज़्यादा अटपटा सा ना लगे. And finally, there are schemes and national bodies based question. If you see, last year National Turmeric Board was formed in New Delhi, and directly from that turmeric based question came. Now these are some of the blind spots which probably an aspirant may not see. We will be delving into each aspect in a much detailed way. We will be seeing the references of how we in Samachar Manthan dealt with those and why it is significantly different from the approach of current affairs which everybody else is taking. Now let us start with the first kind of questions that appeared this year and in the past 5 years, that is related to international organizations and summits. But before going into this year's paper, let us first understand, मैं अगर आपको बोलूं कि आप जाके इंटरनेशनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एंड इंटरनेशनल सबमिट्स पढ़ो, आपका प्रिपरेशन का पेडागॉजी या आप कहाँ से प्रिपेयर करोगे? इसके लिए कोई पर्टिकुलर बुक, जैसे पॉलिटी के लिए लक्ष्मीकांत होता है, ज्योग्राफी के लिए एनसीईआरटीज, स्पेक्ट्रम मॉडर्न हिस्ट्री के लिए वैसा कोई बुक है नहीं. दैट इज़ द फर्स्ट प्रॉब्लम व्हेन यू सी दिस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक, इंटरनेशनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एंड सबमिट्स. तो आपका सेकेंड गो टू मटेरियल क्या रहेगा? कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट्स के पीडीएफ. तो प्रॉब्लम विथ रीडिंग कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट के पीडीएफ इज इट विल बी अ 70-80 पेज पीडीएफ, और दुनिया जहां भर के जितने भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस और सबमिट्स हुए हैं वो उसमें होंगे. आप वो पेपर लाते हो और उसको फिर रटना चालू करते हो, कब फॉर्म हुआ था, क्या हुआ था. नाउ इफ आई टेल यू कि सपोज आवर मेमोरी कैपेसिटी is limited by this boundary, and imagine you have more than 80 pages of international organization submits and their details to be read, वो तो without a doubt you will make some kind of silly mistake, or probably you'll skip the question because you are relying on passive mental recall. Now how do we avoid this and get the questions correct? So let us see the first question here, which came from this aspect. It was on BRICS summit. Abhi last year, BRICS was a very important summit which was held. इसमें question क्या पूछा है? 16th BRICS summit was held under the chairmanship of Russia in Kazan. Indonesia has become a full member of BRICS. The theme of 16th BRICS summit was strengthening multiculturalism for just global development and security. Now, if you look at this question, you will see that these are very specific points related to this year's BRICS summit. अभी आप जब BRICS summit पढ़ा होगा, आपने पढ़ा होगा, इसके स्पेसिफिक पॉइंट्स तो पढ़े होंगे, बट इसके साथ इशू जहाँ पे आता है वहाँ पे जितने भी अग्रीमेंट्स साइन हुए होंगे, ब्रिक्स का हिस्ट्री एंड ऑल द एडजेसेंट पॉइंट्स जो होंगे वो भी आपने कवर किया होगा. देयर इज नथिंग रॉन्ग इन कवरिंग दैट. ऑब्वियसली यू आर रीडिंग मच मोर इन क्वांटिटी, बट जब क्वेश्चन इतना स्पेसिफिक हो कि थीम क्या है, while studying or while preparing for the next year's prelims, you should be able to point out कि इस चीज़ पे मेरा ज़्यादा ध्यान जाएगा और ज़्यादा फोकस जाएगा. And that is what exactly we had done when we had covered that in class, which was talking about the BRICS summit to boost India-Iran ties. So here we covered two things, कि पहले BRICS summit में क्या हुआ और फिर how is it giving a boost to India-Iran ties. Now is this in this particular article why India-Iran ties is important, I'm going to tell you. Now when you read two particular fact points about BRICS summit, you try to memorize it. But when you read a story related to BRICS summit, you read an analysis, when you read an analysis with respect to BRICS summit, that particular topic becomes internalized during preparation. And that is what here it happened. Now we move to the next question. It was a question on BIMSTEC. Now BIMSTEC revival पे भी बहुत बात हुई थी. Around January, February we had covered this. Before that we had covered once in August and October when articles started coming up just before the BRICS summit. अभी इस क्वेश्चन में अगर आप पॉइंट्स देखोगे, now these are not specific to this year's BIMSTEC. These are with regard to the historical evolution of BIMSTEC. If you see, it is a regional organization consisting of 7 member states till Jan 2025. It came into existence with the signing of Dhaka Declaration in 1999. If you have read about BIMSTEC and the history, you will know that it was not in 99 but in 97 that BIMSTEC came into force. So here you have to have a certain knowledge about the history of BIMSTEC. Then who were the member states, the founding member states, and what are the subsectors in BIMSTEC, of which tourism is one part. Now this is again with respect to the historical evolution of an international organization. तो अभी दो पार्ट्स बन चुके हैं. जैसे ब्रिक्स में उन्होंने पूछा कि इस बार क्या हुआ था. Since BRICS is a much more established organization, when we teach BIMSTEC, we usually talk about why BIMSTEC has not evolved or has not matured over the years. And during that process, we read about the history of BIMSTEC. अभी ये चीज़ मैं BRICS के केस में कभी नहीं पढ़ाऊंगा अपने क्लास में, बिकॉज वहाँ से क्वेश्चन नहीं आना है. जिसका हिस्टोरिकल एवोल्यूशन में कुछ इश्यूज रहा है, वहां पे वो पढ़ाने का मतलब है. दैट इज द अंडरलाइंग थीम विच probably a mentor or a faculty should be telling you when you are going to approach questions like this. In the past year, we had studied this particular topic at 3 levels. Pehla, at the weekly level, where the magazine comes. First, we studied it at the weekly level, during which the magazine comes. Then I took it up in the class, and at the end of the month we had the magazine coming up with respect to BIMSTEC. Now why I am showing you these 3 aspects is, ये जो स्पेसिफिक्स हैं वो 2 तरीके से याद रहते हैं. या तो आप स्टोरी की तरह उसे याद रख लो जैसे ब्रिक्स के केस में, या तो आप उसे बार बार पढ़ते रहो और अप्लाई करते रहो. एंड दैट इज व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज द फिलोसॉफी ऑफ समाचार मंथन. जो पहले वीकली में आया, वी took it up in the class, we had a detailed discussion, and then we moved towards the monthly magazine and you gave tests. Now this question should have been easy to solve in that respect. Coming to the third question. Now this was a very interesting question considering it was an INSTC. Now INSTC and Ashgabat agreement, people who have been preparing for 2-3 years must be knowing कि ये हर साल हर करंट अफेयर्स बुक में होता है, और फिर भी दिस इज वन टॉपिक where most of the students went into a limbo or a doubtful situation. The reason was because of 2 options, that is, first was A, India to Central Asia to Europe via Iran, or India to Europe through Azerbaijan. Now here you have to see 2 things. You खाली ये नहीं जानना था आपको कि इंडिया, ईरान और बाकी मेंबर्स कौन है INSTC में. What it wanted you to know is entire pathway क्या है INSTC का. Now, if you are reading this topic superficially और PDFs पढ़ के रट्टा मार रहे हो, you will get into this confusion. There's no doubt in it. And majority of the students got into that. Because your notes and your way of studying this should have looked something like this. If you look at the screen, you have Transnational Connectivity Corridors of India, which was taken up in the month of March when the BIMSTEC revival wala news came across. तो उसका adjacent topic INSTC था. And that is why not just INSTC, all the transnational connectivity corridors of India were the adjacent topic to that. Now to understand this particular theme कि BIMSTEC news में है तो transnational connectivity corridors भी news में रहेगा. This is where you have to get the trick right. Rather than collecting hundreds of PDFs, you have to understand, internalize कि दुनिया में क्या चल रहा है और how do we study that part. अभी जैसे transnational connectivity corridors हमने पढ़ा था, we had studied good 6-7 corridors and with the help of a map we had understood कि actually वो कहाँ से कहाँ तक जा रहा है. It included INSTC, IMEC, BBIN, Kaladan, Myanmar के साथ ट्राइलेटरल हाईवे एंड EMC as well, that is Eastern Maritime Corridor. Now this was a very important theme last year with respect to international organization and summits. So you understand, if you are taking a PDF and learning it superficially, फिर आपको एलिमिनेशन टेक्निक और एग्जामिनेशन हॉल में तुक्के के ऊपर डिपेंड करना पड़ेगा. What is important for you in this theme is to understand what is going on in the world, what is the fundamental issue lying underneath that theme. Now, I'm going to be very clear about one thing. We are not discussing the answers of any of the questions here, because our major goal here is to understand the traps which you will face during your preparation in the next 1 year and how do we avoid those traps. तो पहले international organizations and summits के केस में first and foremost you need to understand that you need not study each and every organization and summit that happens around the world. You need to be aware of the syllabus, see the previous year questions and understand the adjacent material and the broader themes which lies at the top of it. Now, second one is very interesting, considering that this is one area where UPSC will consistently go even at a more deeper level in the coming years. Now, applied core concepts based. Now, what does applied core concept based means? अभी हमने just INSTC के बारे में देखा. राइट अभी उसी साल EMC के बारे में भी क्वेश्चन आया था, विच इज न्यूज आया था, विच इज ईस्टर्न मैरीटाइम कॉरिडोर दैट गोज फ्रॉम चेन्नई टू ईस्टर्न एशिया. नाउ द कनेक्टिंग थीम हियर इज ट्रांसनेशनल कनेक्टिविटी प्रोजेक्ट्स. Now if UPSC does not ask about these specifics but rather asks about this, then that becomes your applied theme. Let us take one more example. Now let us take the topic of political parties. There would be umpteen number of news where you will find political parties being mentioned. TMC ने कुछ कर दिया, BJP ने कुछ कर दिया, internal functioning of political parties, how political parties and the Election Commission of India coordinate and cooperate and confront with each other to deal with a situation. Now these are some of the news which will come across the year. अभी वो सब individual news items हैं. Now when UPSC does not picks up these individual news items but takes the applied the core concept of that particular current affairs, that becomes your applied core concept based. And why I am telling कि this will appear again and again, I'll show you by an example. Here again, like जैसे गवर्नर, no, governor was a particular topic which was in news constantly. But आप question देखो, the first question tells, the Constitution of India explicitly mentions that in certain spheres the governor of a state acts in his or her own discretion. And the second talks about the President of India can reserve a bill passed by a state legislator for his consideration without it being forwarded by the governor. So essentially this is about constitutional discretion, right? And then strangely UPSC again asked a question on governor which was talking about the immunities of governor and the discretion of governor. अभी ये दो क्वेश्चन में इश्यू कहां पे हुआ है स्टूडेंट्स का? Silly mistakes, and I regret doing that silly mistake. Of the many students I have had a conversation with, in दो particular question में this is the review which has come, and especially in polity कि silly mistakes बहुत हुए हैं और we regret doing that. Now why is that? Because if you see these two questions on the surface, it appears as a plain static question on constitutional discretion of governor, on the immunities provided to the office of governor. तो जब आपको ये एग्जामिनेशन हॉल में उस सिनारियो में ये क्वेश्चंस आप देखते हो, इट्स ऑलरेडी अ स्ट्रेस सिनारियो, तो आपको लगता है कि व्हाट हैड वी स्टडीड इन लक्ष्मीकांत, लेट अस रेफर टू दैट एंड यू ट्राई रिकॉलिंग दैट एस्पेक्ट. तो आप इन्हीं दो चीज़ों पे फोकस करोगे. गवर्नर का चैप्टर जो है लक्ष्मीकांत में, द ट्रेडिशनल लॉयल लक्ष्मीकांत एंड कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल पोजीशन ऑफ गवर्नर. बट यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस इज अप्लाइड कोर कॉन्सेप्ट बेस्ड, बिकॉज if you look at the news which were extensively covered in Samachar Manthan classes and the magazine, were these two particular aspects where Supreme Court had especially talked about Article 200 with respect to the Tamil Nadu governor's case, and then there was the Senthil Balaji case where we discussed about the immunities to the executive authority, legislative authorities, etc. Since these two items were so much in news, and later presidential reference we last week I think Article 143 came across in current affairs. So this was very important, which was covered at various stages. Now you need to understand why this is important. I'll go back to the question. Now if you look at this question with respect to the immunities to the governor, this is verbatim articles from the Baer Act. It is not possible for you to recall those Baer Act unless you know how is it playing out in the real world. सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने सेंथिल बालाजी के केस में क्या बोला है एग्जीक्यूटिव अथॉरिटी के इम्यूनिटीज रिगार्डिंग, एंड वेयर ऑल इन आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन आर इम्यूनिटीज मेंशन्ड. तो वहां से वो लिंक जनरेट होता है. तो यू नीड टू हैव दिस कॉन्सेप्चुअल क्लैरिटी विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू योर कोर कॉन्सेप्ट्स इन करंट अफेयर्स. इफ समबडी इज टेलिंग यू कि करंट अफेयर्स लास्ट 2 महीने में रट्टा मार के चले जाएंगे, हो जाएगा, इट्स अ ब्लेटेंट लाई. Because how clearly you are understanding the concepts, that will determine how well are you performing in your exam. Remember, prelims of UPSC is not that one day, it is that 1 year and the process of 1 year. Next we'll move to theme based. बाकी सब भी theme based ही थे, but what is this particular theme based? we'll take up this first question. If you look at this particular question, in first statement talks about the National Rail Plan. Indian Railways has prepared a national rail plan to create a future-ready railway system by 2028, and the rest two options were of Kavach system. अभी आप ये चीज़ समझो कि इन तीनों का लिंक क्या है. लास्ट दो कवच के बारे में है, ऊपर नेशनल रेल प्लान के बारे में है. यूपीएससी ने ऐसे रैंडम स्टेटमेंट्स क्यों लिए? इट्स नॉट रैंडम एक्चुअली. This is what I tell again and again in Samachar Manthan classes, कि all these three questions are related. All these three questions are related to railway reforms. And why railway reforms came in the examination? Because mission 100% electrification of Indian rails was in news. So rather than asking a particular scheme, it took up the theme. If you look at this particular screenshot, we specifically covered railway reforms as a topic and not the individual portions. That is the benefit you get when you study micro theme based. This was not just one question. There was one particular question where I had reiterated it probably the maximum number of times in the class: rare earth elements, critical minerals, and mineral security. Mineral security was a theme which was in news over a period of 7 months. Now, mineral security, when it was in news, it was across various reasons. I'll show some of the reasons on screen. First, Ministry of Mines had declared and classified some minerals as major minerals. Now, that included barytes, feldspar, mica, quartz, etc. So, यहाँ से दो चीज़ें तो बिल्कुल जाहिर होती है कि what are major minerals and minor minerals, and what is the governance of these kinds of minerals. Then again, there was a particular Supreme Court judgment which we covered extensively in our classes and the webinars as well, which I took for Samachar Manthan, that how Supreme Court had recognized states' power to tax mining activities, and it had talked about how royalty is not a tax. This particular news was since July 25 and we took it up at various stages. अभी इसका फ़ायदा क्या है? अब if you see in the mineral wala question, I'll show you one thing. A particular news item comes in July. It reappears in August. Then it again reappears in September, and then November, and then Feb. This is how the cycle of mineral security वाले news has gone on this year. अलग अलग टाइम पे, be it mineral governance के ऊपर इंडिया में, classification of minerals के ऊपर, mineral security partnership international level पे, global supply chains regarding critical minerals, अलग अलग टाइम पे इस तरह से अपीयर होते रहे हैं. जनरल एस्पिरेंट जो प्रिपेयर करता है घर पे बैठ के, वो यहाँ पे करता क्या है, वो लास्ट को एक मैगजीन उठाता है जिसमें एक टॉपिक रहता है मिनरल सिक्योरिटी. वहाँ पे 3-4 लाइन होगा. पॉलिटी का उठाओगे आप, उसमें गवर्नेंस के बारे में शायद 90 पेज में 2 लाइन होंगे. इकोनॉमिक्स में अगेन मिनरल्स के ट्रेंड्स होंगे. इट विल बी 10 to 12 words in a page or in a book which contains 150 pages. वो बहुत ज़्यादा इशू है to answer this question correctly in your exam, because you need to understand ये साइकिल क्या रहा है उस पर्टिकुलर न्यूज़ का इंडिया में. When you understand the flow of the news across months in a particular year, then you don't have to rely on your passive memory to recall in the exam. because it is not a part of your passive memory. Then when you understand the flow of the news, it becomes a part of your active memory. और ये वाला मेजर ट्रैप रहा है in case of theme based questions. Similarly it was the case with railway reforms. रेलवे रिफॉर्म्स आपने पढ़ा होगा, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ रेलवेज के स्कीम्स आपने पढ़े होंगे, बट वो अगेन फ्रैगमेंटेड वे में पढ़े होंगे. वो क्वेश्चन आया क्यों? बिकॉज मिशन 100% इलेक्ट्रिफिकेशन की वजह से रेलवे रिफॉर्म्स बिकेम एन इम्पॉर्टेंट थीम, एंड फॉर दैट यू नीड टू रीड इट थीम वाइज. देन दिस इज अगेन a few questions where some aspirants fell into their own biases. What are these biases and what are these traps which constantly appear? We will take it up in a few moments. Now this again, as I was talking about the flow of news which comes across the year, you see there was a classification, then we talked about royalties in mining, and then there was mineral security partnership framework and mineral security partnership, which directly came in the exam. Then there was one more statement with regard to India having 30 critical minerals, which was again part of significance of critical minerals. Unless the material you are studying has had a elaborate amount of research across the timeline of event, it is very difficult for you कि आपको ये material exam में याद आएगा. Then this year's major pain point, which was टर्म बेस्ड न्यूज़. टर्म बेस्ड न्यूज़ जैसे आर्टिकल 6, उसके बाद मेजोराना चिप, देन देर वॉज अ क्वेश्चन ऑन वायरसेस, स्पेसिफिकली विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू वायरसेस, एंड देर वर फ्यू अदर क्वेश्चंस विच वी एनकाउंटर्ड विच आर एसेंशियली टर्म बेस्ड. अभी टर्म बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस में प्रॉब्लम होता क्या है? टर्म बेस्ड क्वेश्चन, these are specifically those type of questions जहाँ पे हमें ये नहीं देखना है कि हम कितना ज़्यादा पढ़ रहे हैं, हमें ये देखना है कि हम उस टॉपिक के ऊपर कहाँ पे अपना सोर्स एंड कर रहे हैं. इसका मतलब क्या है? मैं अभी एक एग्जांपल अगर लूँ, ये न्यूज़ आइटम था, RBI रिवाइजेस रूल्स फॉर इन्वेस्टमेंट इन ऑल्टरनेटिव इन्वेस्टमेंट फंड्स. दिस वॉज द न्यूज़. Well and good. Question came with reference to the investments. Consider the following: bonds, stocks, hedge funds, venture capital. How many of the above are treated as alternative investment funds? Now understand what was the news we covered. RBI revises. Question आया, alternative investment funds क्या है? Term based जो questions हैं, they will never test your deeper level of memory. That's the first point. अभी अगर आप ये आर्टिकल पूरा देखोगे समाचार मंथन में जाके, जो स्क्रीन में भी है, we did not cover the rules which RBI has enlisted. Why didn't we cover? क्योंकि ये बैंक एग्जाम है ही नहीं. This is a concept based, fundamentals based exam which is testing you are aware of the general studies or not, and how well are you able to apply those concepts. अभी यहाँ पे स्टूडेंट्स फॉल्टर कहाँ पे करता है? जब वो मैगजीन उठाता है, न्यूज़ अगर ये है RBI रिवाइसेस रूल्स फॉर इन्वेस्टमेंट, और वो रूल्स लिस्टेड डाउन होते हैं, अब उसी को बार बार रटते जाते हो रूल्स को. एग्जामिनेशन सिनारियो में जब ये पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन आता है, आपको ये तो पता है कि हाँ RBI ने रूल्स रिवाइज किए थे और ये रूल्स थे. ऑल्टरनेटिव इन्वेस्टमेंट फंड्स आपने वर्ड भी देख लिया पेपर पे, तब आपको ऐसा लगता है कि अरे ये पढ़ा था, ये अगर अटेम्प्ट नहीं करूंगा तो बहुत खराब लगेगा. नाउ ड्यू टू दिस पर्टिकुलर ट्रैप you try to eliminate options and mark something as correct. This is a very practical problem which many aspirants face. अब इसका solution क्या है? You need to study term based question within a particular boundary. आपको उसके अंदर घुस के नहीं जाना है, और आप ये जानोगे कैसे कि कहाँ तक पढ़ना है? Look at the PYQs, look at the syllabus. Understand कि अगर एक चीज़ बहुत टेक्निकल है, UPSC is not a technical exam, तो वो वहाँ पे जनरल लेवल पे ही रखेगा। सेम वॉज द केस विथ मेजोराना 1 चिप। तो मेजोराना 1 चिप के बारे में अभी जैसे ये आ गया, अभी नेक्स्ट ईयर में आप लोग करने क्या वाले हो, 10 ठो चिप्स के नाम लोगे, उसके डिटेल में पढ़ोगे और उसके फंक्शनिंग पढ़ोगे। साइंस एंड टेक क्लासेस भी जितने होते हैं, दे विल गेट इनटू वन मोर चैप्टर ऑफ चिप्स, बट दैट इज एब्सोल्युटली अननेसेसरी बिकॉज वी लुक एट द क्वेश्चन, इट इज एक्सपेक्टेड दैट मेजोराना 1 चिप विल एनेबल क्वांटम कंप्यूटिंग। ऐसे क्वेश्चन पहले आते थे। मेजोराना 1 चिप इज रिलेटेड टू ए क्वांटम कंप्यूटिंग, बी नैनोटेक, सी बायोटेक। प्रोबेबली इस तरह के क्वेश्चन 5 साल पहले आते। आज वो पहला स्टेटमेंट है, यस इट इज रिलेटेड टू क्वांटम कंप्यूटिंग। सेकेंड इज अ फैक्चुअल बेस्ड। अगर बहुत जगहों पे आप देखोगे तो उसके हेडिंग में ही ये हर जगह था, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट अनवील्स मेजोराना 1 चिप फॉर क्वांटम कंप्यूटिंग। क्वेश्चन पूछा है AWS, Amazon वेब सर्विसेज। सो ये तो हेडिंग से ही हो रहा है, तो दिस इज अगेन नॉट समथिंग यू हैव टू गो इनटू डेप्थ। थर्ड वाला, डीप लर्निंग इज अ सबसेट ऑफ मशीन लर्निंग। दिस इज बेसिक टेक्नोलॉजी विच यू विल रीड इन योर स्टैटिक। तो उस हिसाब से इसका आंसर 1 and 3 बिकॉज इट्स नॉट AWS। इसमें मेजोराना चिप के बारे में एक हद तक फीचर्स जानना ही इंपॉर्टेंट, विच इंक्लूड्स दीज 3-4 पॉइंट्स। उसके बाद व्हाट इज टू बी कवर्ड इज क्वांटम कंप्यूटिंग एंड देन व्हाई इज इट इन न्यूज, बिकॉज उसने माइक्रोसॉफ्ट ने अनवील किया है। सो टर्म बेस्ड न्यूज इज बाउंड टू इंक्रीज इन द कमिंग ईयर्स। वहां पे आपको ये नहीं जानना है कि मैं कितना ज्यादा जानता हूं, उसमें आपको ये जानना है कि मैं कहाँ तक जानता हूँ और कहाँ तक मुझे पढ़ना चाहिए। बिकॉज एज आई सेड, योर मेमोरी स्पेस इज लिमिटेड एंड यू हैव टू रीड एज मच इज रिक्वायर्ड। नाउ वी विल टॉक अबाउट द ट्रैप्स। वेयर डिड एक्चुअली aspirants faltered probably in UPSC prelims this year? So I call it as same script but different cast. हर UPSC prelims से पहले we know for a fact that UPSC is unpredictable. जो हम पढ़ के जा रहे हैं वो शायद पूछे, शायद नहीं पूछे, शायद किसी और तरीके से पूछे। जो जो हमने डिस्कस किया वो पढ़ा सबने होगा। पहला चीज़, आपने 1000 सोर्सेस में से वो पढ़े हैं या एक सोर्स में उतना पर्टिकुलर पढ़ा है? क्योंकि अगर आपने एक सोर्स से पढ़ा है तो प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ यू अटेम्प्टिंग इट इन द एग्जाम एंड गेटिंग इट करेक्ट विल बी हाई। जैसे आई वॉज टॉकिंग टू अ पर्सन फ्रॉम अ स्टूडेंट फ्रॉम समाचार मंथन बैच who only focused on Samachar Manthan classes last year, and he said me कि more than 50 questions he could attempt just from the classes and SM magazine. The reason being he had one source. आप अगर ये सोचोगे कि जितना करंट अफेयर्स है मैं सारा पढ़ लूँगा and you take 2-3 magazines, that is a death trap for prelims. Same script, different cast. Coming back to this, unpredictable है, but हर एग्जाम के बाद these are the few traps which actually every student gets into. And we as Samachar Manthan, our major role here is to avoid those traps, those blind spots during your preparation. First, let us understand what those 3 traps are. First, reading news in silos. What does this mean? Reading the current affairs every day but never linking the topics. If I have to give you an example, the example is mineral wala question. 2 question आए mineral security से and all the statements were linked with the current affairs and they were linked with each other across months. This is the first trap which usually each and every student gets into, क्योंकि उन्हें रटना है ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा PDF. The second, surface level preparation. What do you mean by surface level preparation? जिन्होंने 4-5 अटेम्प्ट भी दिए हैं उन्होंने लक्ष्मीकांत प्रोबेबली 100 बार पढ़ा होगा, फिर भी उन्होंने गवर्नर वाले क्वेश्चन में सिली मिस्टेक्स किए हैं। उसका रीजन ये है, यू पिक अप दैट बुक एंड यू ट्राई टू लर्न इट, दैट इज नॉट द वे। यू नीड टू नो कि वो एक्चुअल वर्ल्ड में कैसे काम कर रहा है, और वो आप तभी जान पाओगे जब उसको आप करंट अफेयर्स के साथ लिंक करोगे, एंड देन यू विल हैव अ सर्टेन डेप्थ इन योर प्रिपरेशन। अवॉइडिंग सरफेस लेवल प्रिपरेशन is the most important rule for your overall UPSC preparation. And third, जो term based news और submit based news में हुआ है, usually students के साथ होता आ रहा है और इस बार भी more evidently हुआ है, that is blind reading of PDFs at the last moment. Now this will never work for UPSC. Understand the fact, UPSC is not another exam. यहाँ पे आपने 100 पेज उठाया, उसको रट्टे मार लिया और हो गया. You need to understand the philosophy behind a particular question. You need to understand why that question has appeared in the exam if it has appeared. Blind reading of PDF से ये होता है कि आप अपना इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन या इम्पॉर्टेंट टॉपिक मार्क आउट नहीं कर पाते हो, एंड आफ्टर 1 year ऑफ प्रिपरेशन इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू मार्क विच आर द इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट्स ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर PDF, योर प्रिपरेशन इज गोइंग थोड़ा सा हेवायर. सो हाउ डू वी एड्रेस दिस एस्पेक्ट? दिस इज आवर लास्ट स्टेज ऑफ इंटरेक्शन. दिस इज सेइंग, success favors those who walk with a map, not the one who runs without direction. Now when I say success follows those who walk with a map, that means you need to undertake a systems approach in preparing for this exam. Systems approach होता क्या है? Now, if I say systems approach, you should be able to see the entire picture at once. You should be able to connect across subjects. For example, जैसे अरुणाचल प्रदेश के ऊपर एक क्वेश्चन आया कि इट्स नेम्ड आफ्टर अ फोर्ट, वहाँ पे हिस्ट्री और पॉलिटी का लिंकेज था. 2 नेशनल पार्क्स हैं कि नहीं, उसमें एनवायरनमेंट और पॉलिटी का लिंकेज था. सो यू नीड टू सी एवरी पार्ट एज द पार्ट ऑफ अ होल. दिस इज सिस्टम्स अप्रोच. नाउ व्हेन यू ट्राई टू मग अप PDFs, when you try to watch reels, shorts, videos and take up some notes, उसको लास्ट में जाके रट्टे मार लेंगे, उसमें इशू क्या होता है? You learn them as individual parts, and once you learn them as individual parts, last moment पे आपके biases वहाँ पे दिखते हैं. Now, when I say biases, what do I mean? लास्ट मोमेंट पे आपको लगता है कि पॉलिटी लक्ष्मीकांत 2-3 बार कर लेते हैं, और वो ऐसा एक बुक है, आप जितनी बार पढ़ोगे आपको कुछ नया चीज़ पता चलेगा उसमें. दैट इज़ द ब्यूटी ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर बुक. So this is where you go wrong while preparing for UPSC prelims. Remember, as I said, UPSC prelims is not those 2.5 hours. It is 1 year in the making till the exam day, and for that your strategy needs to be sorted. So when I say strategy, what do I mean, and how can we make a difference? I'll tell you how we do it here, and it's really heartening to see so many students clearing prelims this year from the batch, because certainly many of the questions have been repeated, but more than repeating questions appearing in the exam, it is about the process which we follow across the year. As we talked about, success is about the entire map. So what is the map? we should be taking. So let us say this is a week. This is your Saturday, this is your Sunday. Now across the week, daily news articles come up in the daily blog. You can go to Civil's Daily website and check the current affairs there. On Saturday and Sunday, I and Purnima ma'am take up classes of this particular week. तो अंडरस्टैंड, आपने फर्स्ट डेली इनिशिएटिव्स देखे वेबसाइट पे, यू नीड नॉट लर्न देम, यू जस्ट हैव टू स्क्रॉल थ्रू देम. अब बहुत सारी चीज़ें स्क्रॉल करते हो, यू हैव टू जस्ट स्क्रॉल थ्रू दीज डेली इनिशिएटिव्स. Once you scroll through that and you sit for the classes on Saturday and Sunday where we cover the current affairs of the entire week. So this is now your second revision. Then on Monday, you prepare for the test of the weekly current affairs. So उस हफ्ते जो आया होगा न्यूज़ में, उसका टेस्ट मंडे को होगा. तो टेस्ट के लिए आप पढ़ के आओगे. तो एसेंशियली यू अंडरस्टैंड 3 days you are entirely devoting to current affairs, giving the tests on Monday. At the end of the month, you have the monthly magazines coming up, which is mains का है burning issues and prelims का है atomic notes. Now this is the entire map of a particular month, and this cycle repeats months after months for one particular whole year. Now once you are into the process, आपको static पढ़ने रहते हैं, optional पढ़ने रहते हैं. What we ask you of is this much of time on Saturday, 2 to 3 hours, और बाकी 2 घंटे मान लो आप घर जाके रिवाइज करोगे. संडे को भी वही 2 to 3 hours, एंड देन मंडे को टेस्ट. एंड एट द एंड ऑफ द मंथ यू गेट योर मैगजीन, और वो मैगजीन में भी मोस्टली मंथली टॉपिक्स ही होते हैं जो आपने ऑलरेडी 3 बार पढ़ चुके हैं. तो 4 revisions in 1 month, and that goes on month after month for 1 whole year. This is the entire strategy map for you to attempt all the questions, unpredictable, new, other forms, unsolvable, कोई उसको कुछ भी नाम दे दे. Trust the process, wait for 1 year, and you will see the results in the prelims and mains examination. That's all for me. Thank you.